Hello, everyone.
Hello there.
It's been a busy few weeks here in March, so we came to you in different formats.
I
But
think I had seawater in my hair the last time you saw me.
yes. Um, but we in our familiar position here on the couch, and this week a conversation that ties into a number of things that we've been talking about lately, especially story. And how we weave stories and all the factors that play a part in our stories. And the question is today, um, a play question. If you had the choice of having a conversation with your great great grandfather or grandmother and your great great grandchildren, to which side, backwards or forward, would you choose to have this conversation with?
Hmm. Yeah, I was quite surprised when I was walking around with the question. Um, I actually pride myself on being a more positive, optimistic type of person.
Mm.
Not really starting out with a no, rather starting out with a yes. And but facing the question, I immediately felt almost like a feeling of dread about the future,
Mm.
the future of the planet, the future of humans. Um, and I think it has to do with world situations now, with Iran, with
Mm.
Ukraine, with all the turmoil, the ecological issues, the signs that one sees. And so for me, it's almost with a feeling of I'm scared
Mm.
to talk to my grandchildren for what might lie ahead for them,
Mm.
what might be in the future. Whereas thinking of talking to my grandfather or mother, here I am,
Mm.
and they've been,
Mm.
and we've survived the time in between, and so we there's a sort of more of a certainty there.
Mm.
Looking into the future, there's a lot of uncertainty. So I feel almost a relief to think that I can rather choose to talk to somebody from the past than somebody from the future.
Yeah, because it's almost like you know what the outcome was
Yeah, yeah.
when you talk
Yeah, not
to.
that it's all good. I mean, look at the
Yeah,
state of everything, but
yeah.
at least here we are, able to talk to them.
Yeah, and it can be that your great great grandparents will be quite astonished and they will say, I was very pessimistic
Yes,
about
exactly.
the future because
Yeah,
we had the great famine then and
yeah.
or it was the great flu. It's a lot of thunderstorm currently. Um, it's not the great grandparents talking to us.
Who do you know? What do you know?
Yes.
The thunderers.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, there was a lot to be pessimistic about if we really think
Yes, I
about
think
it.
so. I think so. I think it's a very human thing,
Yes.
and it's you know, I think all ages has had their really
Challenging.
big challenges for their eras.
Yes.
Huge, unsurmountable almost.
But I don't think our forebears were in a position to destroy the whole planet.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think you're right.
And I think in that sense, there's a huge responsibility on us.
Yeah,
And things can go terribly wrong,
yeah,
especially uh, if we live in a certain way where greed and manipulation and things can quickly go really, really wrong. So I think in that sense there is dread. Um, Things are a little bit different, but simultaneously, while understanding what you are saying, I'm also positive with what I see among young people. And to a degree, I'm thinking that not only on a smaller scale are we moving into a totally new world dispensation. A lot of things are changing. Um, Permutations and positions and political alliances. It's going to change a lot of practicalities in the world in the years ahead. But I also see that we're moving into, because we haven't moved into a larger consciousness. We haven't touched on that yet
Yeah.
to its fullest. So there's such a lot of potential to move into this larger consciousness, and I see something of that with the youth.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
And a lot of the things, the bickering and the pettiness and the selfishness that I currently see in a lot of the world politics, it's almost the backlash of an old dispensation,
I hope you're right.
of an old consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is actually fighting against the dawn of a new consciousness.
Yeah. And it's true. I mean, if you look at more and more young people also no longer just falling into the same way of life, the same societal pressures, saying I cannot live in a capitalistic or a materialistic world. I don't, and they don't buy into that mindset, and they have it very difficult at this stage because it's still the mainstream. So they have it difficult to go against that stream, but there's more and more of them
Yes.
that are opting out of this.
Yes.
And getting to places much sooner, deeper spiritual, emotional maturity, growth places,
Yeah.
much sooner in their lives than I take that than us. Maybe 2 decades before we actually life brought us there.
Yeah.
So in that sense, definitely one feels optimistic about the future. I think it's also a thing of dreading what your wat jou nageslag, your now I don't have what your grandchildren, your great grandchildren would likely have to do to make things better. It's like they have to take our mess, or the mess that was created up till now, and create something new and heal so much damage that's been done. So it's just with that type of trepidation almost that one thinks of the future.
There's a lot of things that can go wrong, but fortunately there's a lot of things that can go right.
Yeah.
And talking of this, it's as if I have a big awareness of being a link in a chain, and how everything is interlinked, actually. And we often think, well, what is my contribution? We don't know what that is.
No. And it might not even be blood related. Like,
yes.
What am I passing on to my blood relations? It might be that you have an influence on people that absolutely don't have any familiar connections to you, and that gets passed on.
Yeah.
I also think I would like to speak to my great-great-grandparents in the sense that I know so little about them.
Yes.
There's so many things now at this stage of my life that I realize I haven't asked my parents. So I don't really know them. I don't know any personality traits. I don't know anything more than maybe when they came to this country. And that for me is a pity. I would have now I realize I would have liked to know more.
Yeah, yeah. And often we say we must write this down and we don't. And when they're no longer there, we feel the void.
Yes.
I have to confess, I'll be very glad and really chuffed when I get to uh, a great grandchild. And while talking to this great grandchild on Mars, on the table next to her bed is a paper copy of a book on my shelf, and I know she's a reader.
Yes, definitely. As would your great great grandfather be proud of
Yes,
you.
yes. Maybe you busy collecting photos for a photo album, and you have a very vivid experience at this stage of this being part of a lineage. But whatever, it's always nice to hear from you, get feedback. But in the meantime, keep well on that side.
Have a good week, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.